And we were gonna like try and do a like a double episode with you and Birdman, but that kind
Yeah,
of fell
cool.
through.
Right.
Yeah, that kind of fell through. That kind of fell through. So
That would have been so. That would have been quality too.
that would,
I
man.
wanted
Like,
to do it, man. I wanted to do it.
would you? Do you think you would have been like able to like maintain being calm and shit?
I would have just cracked up the whole time, bro. I would have just laughed. I mean, the guy is like, it's gone to the stage now. It's just comical, man. Like, it's like, I'm not. I think you got to have a really thick skin for this business,
Mm.
and you know, he's proven he hasn't got one. You know what I mean? And if I keep just falling into the trap of him like getting upset about the shit that he says,
Yeah.
just gonna keep going, isn't he? I mean, he's just gonna. I just what he's either gonna keep going or I look like I don't have a thick skin. And I think my skin's gotten thicker since I started wrestling. I think it's one of the lessons you learn because you're constantly around wrestling politics and ass kissers and people that would be your best friend but would steal your spot in a second if they could. You know what I mean?
100%. Yeah.
Yeah, you
It,
got to.
you got to be able to be resilient and also like not react to shit. I feel as well. Like I feel like sometimes people will try and test you, and just to see if they can like if they pop you or not. You know what I mean? Or like I mean if you know sell it, like it's just the best thing. Like so for the most time, like dude, I've had people say little fucking sly things and shit like that, and I just whatever like just I mean keep moving.
That's right, man. It's like it's a test. Like imagine if I was to beat the crap out of the guy, I'm gonna look like the asshole, man. Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's no point in that. You know, even though things were said that were personal,
Yeah.
and like, man, there's a message where there's this, man. I tell you what, I'm gonna say this, and I don't mean to offend anyone that's anyone at all by saying this, but if bipolar is a gimmick, it's Birdman.
Dude.
It goes from like 0 to 100 in like a second, and then back down to zero, and it's then you like literally like it got to the point I just had to block him because he was like he would send me a message. Oh look, yeah, clown, it's all in the past, mate. Like I don't want any dramas. It's everything over. So okay, Phil. Just leave me alone, bro. It's all good.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Move on. Yeah.
Move on. And then 2 seconds later, actually, I'm gonna fucking bury you and that man and the fucking and bitch and everyone is fucking gone. I'm gonna take over. And you don't want to be a part of it. You're a scumbag. You should kill yourself. Your family want nothing to do with you. Like, and I'm like, whoa, like that's not even like level 100. That's level 10,000. You know what I mean? Like all of a sudden. So I got upset at first. I got angry. You know what I mean? But now I think about it, man. I don't want to be in the same room as him. I can never ever be like. I will never associate myself with his show. Not in any sense of the way. If a show is affiliated with him, I would still work, but I would say that he couldn't be in the building. Like he just couldn't. I won't show up. Like I don't want to be anywhere near him just in case I do overreact. You know what I mean? I just want to, and that's not good in front of wrestling fans and wrestling people.
No, I mean, well, I mean that takes it. It makes it more. You know what I mean? Like it's not. You're then putting other people in danger as well, and
Yeah.
and it's like two big dudes like just brawling is. You know what I mean? It doesn't do anything. It doesn't do anything for the business. People take their phones out, they film it. It goes on social media, and then it's like, you know what I mean? At the end of the day, it harms your career.
All that hard work that I've put in would go straight down the drain over it. You know, I would be cancelled. I would be told, you beat up an old guy. Like he's going to get upset when he sees this. You know he's going to cry about this part. But he actually even admitted it in your last interview with him. He said, I'm a geriatric. I'm like, fucking, he's how old? Like he says it out of his own mouth. Like, you know, it's and that's what it's going to look like. So I just don't worry. I just laugh it off. I don't want to be associated with him. And as far as his show goes, man, like, look, there's guys on that show I really do like and consider friends, you know, and I'm not a political guy anyway. So, like, if you work on a show that I don't like, or that there's not many of them, there's really not. But if for some political reason you're tied to this person, I'm going to treat you any different to how you treat me. So a lot of those guys, Hotshot Hansel and the cat guy, the guy from Tasmania. Do you know his name? Yeah, he's got like he's pretty decent worker and he looks the part. And EC Brownie and all those guys I know from North Queensland are on there as well. But like I don't want to bury his show either, you know what I mean? And getting cancelled. That wasn't my intention ever, or to whoever was booking him. It was just like, look, if you've got footage of me and you've got footage of him, take my footage down. I don't want to be like in the same search engine as him. Like that's how much I want to distance myself from him.
And promotions cool with that?
Yeah, they were fine. I mean, it's real sad because, you know, they said it was out of their hands booking him or whatever. I don't blame them, you know, whatever. It was more that they were fine with it. They took it down. They still he was still on their show for a while or whatever. But, you know, my intention's not to, you know, I'm not really a big fan of cancel culture myself. And it wasn't to use my kid to, that's what he was accusing me of, use my kid to get him cancelled. It was literally just that, you know, this is what happened and why my matches aren't there anymore. Because people can assume things, you know, they can be like, oh, there's people that go to those North Queensland shows that actually watch the YouTube channel, watch the matches, stuff like that. And they're like, hey, let's Circus of Doom matches have disappeared from that show, or Zuzu's matches are gone. And that's why I made the post saying this is why I requested they get taken down. It wasn't to try and cancel anyone, man. I'm against. I'm not all for cancel.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's kind of like like the cancel culture thing. I call it like, you know, just a bitch movement. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Like if someone's done some seriously fucked up shit where it's like put people's safety at risk, or like, you know what I mean, forced themselves onto someone or done something to someone who's underage or whatever, like that kind of shit, or assaulted someone and stuff like that. Yeah, fuck you. Like, fuck off. Like, you shouldn't be around.
So,
sorry?
Especially because we are family entertainment.
100%. Yeah. Any given Sunday, right? But yeah, man, look, I get it, man. Like that's that, and I get it, bro. Like I've gone through that, bro. Like with people, you know what I mean? Like it's just you get to a point where it's like online, it just gets a little bit relentless and stuff, and
just like out of the 20 years he's been wrestling, the most notoriety he's ever got is because he had a online feud with a guy in a clown costume. That's really fucking sad, man. Like,
but he actually said on my podcast that he didn't say anything. It was someone else said something and posted it on his Facebook.
He didn't. He didn't. Here's the truth about that, and he said that over Messenger to me. He rang me. That's the truth. That guy written that in a message to Phil, and Phil read it, screenshotted it, and posted it to say, haha, look at Zuzu's buried in America. That's one guy that, like, you know, as far as I know, was like, didn't go to any like quality shows or anything like that. Really, you know, he followed Birdman's booking. Like he was apparently he's helping Birdman out with bookings. He said on his profile that he was a wrestling writer. Um, so like he posted that, but you know what, like that was, but what he said to me in Messenger was really bad, and I don't even feel comfortable.
No,
It involves somebody close to me, so I don't want to say it, but
sure. No, I get it, dude. No, I
yeah,
get it.
really
Yeah.
transphobic, and it was really like he's like, you're allowed, like, freedom of speech is, yeah, freedom of speech is freedom of speech, isn't an excuse to be a bigot or speak hate, and he hides behind that, which is like disturbing. But I'm
Well,
not.
the thing, but I feel like the thing is, there's free speech, bro, and like, you know, for me, I have a podcast. I'm all about free speech, bro. I have a
Yeah,
podcast, like the podcast is called True Story, bro. Like, how much more could I bear myself, like, could people bear themselves in a podcast than this? And like, you know, and when it comes to that sort of stuff, bro, like I feel like, you know, you can be a certain type of person, right? Like, say for example, like, you know, you've got someone who has a very strong religious belief, bro, and I've got friends who have from different religions, bro, that are very, very religious type of people, but they don't then go around and read passages of their book of worship or whatever it may be and
no,
try and convert me over to that. Or it's like the same thing. If you don't like a certain ice cream, you don't go, man, I hate fucking like strawberry ice cream. This is shit. You know what I mean? Like, you don't go and like strawberry ice cream is the shit. It's the most foul thing. Like, you just don't. Like, if you don't agree with, you know, the LGBTQ plus community lifestyle, fine. You don't need to go, this is blah, 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 blah.
but I don't. You know what? I think on his case, it wasn't like an act of aggression in the sense of like like his hateful thinking. It was more humorous, which in a way is like worse to society. Can be
Sure.
worse, where
Well,
people find light in like people with gender dis uh, dysmorphia. You know what I mean? Like
yeah,
they
yeah.
find humorous. You know, and that's what
And
I
sorry.
feel from him.
Look, like I've known Phil for a long time, and I don't necessarily think he would be like such a hateful person. Like, I think he like, I don't know like why
Well,
anyone would say that.
there's a story where he got like a homeless dude to give him a blowjob, and then he knocked him out.
Allegedly. Like, you can't like that.
But I wasn't there, but I've heard it from like multiple sources that were around that time that say they were there.